Good day, ladies and gentlemen. The panel of judges, accurate timekeepers, fellow bloggers. My name is Bennysouza, and my friends call me the Energy Goddess. Today, we'll be discussing workplace politics, otherwise known as organizational politics or office politics, and how important is it? First and foremost, what is workplace politics or organizational politics or office politics? According to Wikipedia, workplace politics is simply the process and behavior that in human interaction involving power and authority. I'm not here alone today to shake tables or break the tables. I'm with some group of professionals from different walks of life. Hello.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm good.
Can we meet you? And please tell us what you do.
All right. So I'm Jide.
Jide what, sir? Is Jide Souza, Jide Bernadette, or Jide Agbamirigu? Which one is your name?
Okay. So since you want the full name, Baba Jide Justin Omishade.
Okay.
I'm a finance professional.
Okay.
And let's say I have a passion for data visualization.
Okay.
So I think that's myself in a nutshell.
All right. Thank you so much, sir. So, madam.
Okay. So my name is Habiba Olaboye. I'm a banker, but I have my side also, which has to do with food, cooking, production of gari, and
so did you bring food? Did you bring anything for us today for the production cast and crew and other guests?
Toasting with it.
You will see that later. Okay, I'm hopeful. All right, sir. What's your name, sir? What do you do, sir?
So, Benny, thank you for having me on the show. My name is Michael.
Okay.
I'm a software engineer by profession, and I've been through the ranks.
Okay.
I currently head the engineering division of a fintech startup in Lagos. So I've seen politics, everywhere. I've played it a couple of times myself.
Yeah.
So hopefully throughout this conversation, I'll be able to contribute,
Thank you very much, sir. I would like to add for everyone that is watching us today that workplace politics is not a bad idea because it can be used either negatively or positively. And I'll be asking our professionals what they think about politics as a whole in your workplace. Now let's talk about office politics from your own experience. What do you think about workplace politics and how it can be used either negatively or positively?
So I think, like you've rightly said, office politics in itself isn't negative. Right.
Yes.
It's just like everything. It could be used positively. It could be used negatively. Right. But I guess because of the aim of the act, sometimes it tends towards the negative. So you've said what office politics is according to Wikipedia.
Wikipedia, right? Yeah.
But I think what I just know office politics as is anything you do just to advance your career in the office. Right.
Right.
It could be negative.
Okay.
It could be positive, right? But as long as it achieves your aim of climbing up the ladder in the office, right?
So, Olabomi, what do you think about the office politics and how you think it can be negatively used or positively used, in your opinion?
Okay. For me, politics generally, it's good, but when you're trying to now climb the ladder, using other people to climb the ladder, then, there can be a kind of negative effect to it.
Are you saying like backstabbing or gossiping in the workplace?
Yeah. Okay. Now let me come here. You can actually play the politics, but in a good way. How? Yes. Okay, maybe in the course of my job, I realized that I need these tools. I go back, pay money to learn it, and then I show my skills to my boss.
Yes.
That is a good one.
Yes. So strategic alignment.
Yes. So you're aligning yourself strategically.
With the powers that be. Exactly.
But, when you now, instead of doing that, you want to get, ahead of your career, but you feel that you have to step on people or you have to tell the boss this about this person to actually get gist. Like they say, they call it gist. but you're actually spoiling somebody else's career while giving the gist.
Backstabbing.
That is a problem. That's the problem I have with office politics. But yes.
But have you ever played office politics?
I don't play office politics.
You don't play politics. So what's your own type of politics? Just working hard in the office?
I work hard. I do my job. I try to go out of my scope to learn more.
Okay.
So that I could give better output. And I guess if it's enough.
But in reality, we know that hard work is never enough for career advancement and progression in the workplace.
That is why you have to have your own thing that you do. You don't intend to work for people all your life.
Okay, so I'm thinking, in my own opinion, though, that relationship management, like people's skills, like if you are strategically aligning with powers that be, or you are actually in a circle of influence, for instance, that's the kind of positive.
That's fantastic. See, that is what they call, you have to have high emotional intelligence.
Okay.
You have to know when to do this and when not to do this. You have to know how to, see, like I said, politics is good. It is how you play. So
is it that, I believe that, is it that you play or get paid?
I'm not one that, because I know my boss likes food, I'll start buying food for him. Oh, God,
so that's
I won't buy food
that's
for
leaking.
you.
That's not
but some people are like that.
That's some type of
you
politics.
Have to, yes, it is a type of politics. So
yes.
I wouldn't play that. I would rather let my intellectual do the playing for me.
Okay.
Basically.
All right. Thank you so much, Abiba. Mr. Tunde.
Yeah.
What do you have to say about office politics?
So what Abiba has been saying, I don't think it's politics. You talk about merit in an environment where merit is what is required. When you talk about politics, in my opinion, it has a negative connotation to it, which means I'm trying to get my way or advance my career. We are very competitive, like Jide said. Humans are very competitive. You should win. I mean, you deserve to win, and I want to win as well.
Play or get played.
So how do I win?
Okay.
So when we say politics, we're talking about, in my opinion, office politics, not politics in the general sense of it.
Workplace
workplace politics has a negative connotation to it.
Not all the time.
Not all the time. Okay.
Yes.
So, but in the way I would define it would be that you're trying to advance your career or get things done in the company by maybe being a little dirty or not playing through the right channel. Because in the first place, why I think it has negative connotation, you don't need politics to advance yourself. You need emotional intelligence, like she said. You need to be good at what you do. But politics is not on the book. When you join the company, nobody's going to say you need to pay politics to get to be the managing director or to be the...
It's an unsaid rule. It's an unsaid rule,
It's not even supposed to be there. It's something that companies should fight against. That politics should not be the way you advance your career. It should not be because you give your boss food, you leak your boss.
Unfortunately, you can't cut it out.
You can't cut politics out in any career. So you just can't.
So I've been burnt by it.
That is why you don't see. I get what you're saying. For most times, the main aim for people that play politics is usually the negative side. Yeah. However, if you understand that, okay, let me give you an instance. My boss loves feedback. He loves back and forth. You have to sit down with them. You have to gist with them, even when it's not office related. That is how that boss intends to be dealt with. You will not say, oh, because I love to do my job, I love to do my job well. You will not now say, good morning, sir. Do your job and go. You'll be surprised that you'll be doing your job well, and somebody that is doing lesser than you are will be getting all the promotions.
So let me come in. I've noticed, I've worked in a couple of companies, maybe more than I should have. And I've noticed something. Culture of different companies determine the level of politics people play.
True, that's very true.
When you have a company where merit is the culture, people don't need politics to advance. But when you have a company where politics is the way up, in my opinion, is either you find another job, if you're not that kind of person, or you play that politics.
True, that's
I've been played with politics because I used to have a bad mindset. I don't leak house, I don't do this, I don't do that. But in such organizations, you don't go anywhere if you don't want to do that.
And majority of the kind of organizations where you get that, they are the very big ones. Where you are really not seen. Do you understand?
Not only
when
big,
you are really not... when, maybe some companies, the startups...
I think it's the culture.
No. I don't think it's the culture. Because
Okay,
the truth
I'll
is,
give you my experience. I think it's the
I
culture.
have a boss. My boss has a boss. My boss has a boss.
The boss has
My
another
a
boss.
So
The hierarchy is unending.
Thank you.
Exactly.
So if the person does not see me,
Like someone said that.
the one
Oh,
the one doing the job.
like someone once
So
said
if you-
that. Okay,
No, see, this is what I mean.
promotions comes from God.
No,
but your boss has to recommend.
your boss. No,
That's true.
no. See, I don't agree. Systems run companies, not
Okay.
people. When you have people running companies, you have politics.
The politics is
What-
played in every organization.
Hold on. I know
Strangely.
that. I know that.
Who instills the system?
Thank you.
That is what I'm saying by the culture of the
So
company.
who are the people?
You know, to be honest, I think your view has been shaped by
What you've
being
experienced.
played
Yes.
in quotes, right?
So I've been played. I've also used it, but I've moved to a different kind of organization where I now see. I know that it's a culture thing.
Okay.
There is something Steve Jobs said that when you bring A players together,
Yes.
your biggest job is to make sure they can work together. When you can make them work together, they will put like a door and make sure it's only A players that can ever get in.
Yes, true that.
When a culture of a company starts with people that are C players, they didn't get to where they are by being
merit,
excellent.
By being
merit.
excellent, yeah.
Let me give you a real example. I was having problem with somewhere I was working, not even my boss, because it was supposed to be a contract. So I wasn't supposed to have a boss. And I shared with my neighbor that worked with PwC. And she said, well, if your boss reviews you, you review your boss. I mean, there are companies where you as the boss,
That's
you are not
360 degrees
performing.
appraisal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your performance cannot be more than the average of everybody below you.
Yes.
So what do you
Yes,
want to
yes,
say?
yes.
These people are not performing and you are praised well.
And you are on A and the other
You
team
cannot
members
work.
are on
So it's a
D.
culture thing.
Unfortunately, that isn't being practiced. Because if it were, office politics would automatically reduce.
Yeah. That's why I say it's a culture thing. It's a company that will say
automatically
the
reduce.
culture here is that you review your boss as
Well,
well.
I want to say something again.
Before, I think reading about this topic, I think I learned something. Sorry, Abiba, for questioning sure. What I learned is that the organizational culture plays a major role in the kind of politics that is being played in the organization.
Definitely.
Let me give you an instance. In an organization, like you said, where merit is the baseline, you have to do well. So whether they like you or they don't like you,
as long as
once
you
you're
do your
performing on the job, you rise through the ranks. And while in some organizations, if the culture is the ass-licking one, that is called, I call it parapoism, where you have to be in the circle of influence. In that place, whether you work hard or not, once they do not like you, you can never go.
Yeah, that's why I say it's a culture.
It's the culture
in
of
my
the
experience.
kind of politics that's
And
been
that
played.
is what runs majorly.
But I think maybe I'll put it like this. I think there are probably different stages in your career where office politics is necessary.
Very necessary.
Right. So I guess when you're at the entry stage of your career, entry level of your career, at that point it's likely merit that gets you promoted, but
Yeah.
you get to certain levels. Not all MDs became MDs because
They're hardworking.
they were the most qualified in
yes.
respective organizations that they had, right? But it's aligning.
Alignment.
I don't think it's politics.
I think
It's not emotional intelligence.
Now you want to.
Not politics at that stage. If it's a merit-based organization.
Alignment is politics.
See, I wouldn't really
Alignment
agree
is
with
a
you.
major politics as far as it's a power play. It's trying to enter the circle of influence. It's actually politics. Let me give you an instance. If I know that this person, this executive director, is a major decider on me being promoted to an ED, if I'm aligning with him, it is politics. If I'm ensuring that this person, I'm on a good book with this person. I'm not ass-licking you. I'm just ensuring that I'm giving him feedback. I'm ensuring that, sir, we have a meeting tomorrow, get there. It is strategic alignment and it is politics.
Yes.
However, it's a good politics because I'm not saying Abiba did this yesterday. Abiba asked me to sign 2 million yesterday. I'm not backstabbing. I'm not gossiping, but I'm just using my people's skills to get what I want. So like I said earlier, workplace politics as it was defined by Wikipedia is actually any behavior that involves human interaction using one. What are you using? You're using power, You are using influence. You are still using some form of authority.
It
So
doesn't
is
it doesn't
politics.
connote anything positive to me in the sense.
Yeah, you have to use.
So
At some point in your career, you have to pay some form of politics, whether it's negative or
So I
preferably
agree.
a
It's like when you were
positive one.
played,
Especially
you were
when,
really played.
especially
So,
when you're
no,
rising.
I rise it through the ranks.
So-
politics.
You have to play politics.
So hold on. I want to respond to what they said. When I was played, I'm quite lucky. I work in IT, and when you do, IT is mostly merit. Nobody cares who you know if you can't do the job, mostly, and also because we have a lot of jobs available. If your politics is too dirty, I leave. I mean, I've done that a lot.
Because IT is a new oil money actually
So-
in agriculture.
So
Yeah.
and so I usually define it this way. When I go for interviews or anything.
Sorry to cut you short, but do you know you said if your politics is dirty? Do you realize you said it?
That
So it means
that
it's
you know that
possible.
it could be
It's
positive.
It can be clean.
It can actually be clean.
I don't think it can really be clean. I think that was just me a use of words.
Okay.
I think so. If you are to set up an organization, I lead a department now, and you don't need to. I don't need to like you. You don't need to like me to work with me. We have standards that we run by. How if you want to join a company, I think one good question to ask is, what do I need to do to get to the next level?
Yes.
Are those things on the book?
That's like knowing the organizational
go read the book.
culture
Don't read
and
me.
hierarchy. You need
You
So,
to
understand?
understand.
let me ask you this question. So if you were supervising two people, right? They're equally competent. They know their onions, everything.
Okay.
One of them is relatively secluded. He just gets the job done
And go home.
and goes on. The other one gets the job done. So he could sometimes come to meet you that, oh, is there anything you want me to help you with? Is there anything I can do? Is there any...
Alignment.
That's
No,
whether I
that's
like
not
it or not.
politics. That is
politics!
a show. No, that is
No,
a
it
show. That can be on the book. That is a show of more
On which
commitment.
book?
On which book?
Which book is that?
When you join a company, there is a charter or the
Handbook.
handbook
Staff
that,
handbook.
that lays out what you need to do to be promoted.
And they say,
They'll
go
say,
and meet your
don't go-
boss to ask
and ask
him
him what he wants.
I need to measure your level of commitment. What does it mean?
So they are, like you said, they are both committed.
So they are both-
They are both committed.
No. This is not subjective as it looks. This
Okay.
is really can be measured by somebody after having done his work to make a request for what else is needed to be done. That is an extra level of commitment. He's not doing it for me. It's a measure of commitment. It can be measured.
So
It's not
according to you,
Okay, now let me flip
what
the
is
story.
your example
Let's
of,
say
of
the
bad
guy.
office politics?
Let's say the guy. I want to flip the story. The guy that comes to ask me for what to do next doesn't perform as much as the guy that doesn't come.
That's why I said leave that. Because
Level
that's an easy way to justify dirty politics.
So coming
right?
to
So
ask for extra thing is a show of level of commitment. I don't think it's politics.
it's a show of commitment.
Yeah. So if let's say I have extra things to give, and these two guys are done. This one has gone on, and this one says, okay, do you have anything to do? Like, I'm really happy you asked.
Okay.
Can you help me with this? That's a level of commitment. If I don't think it's because how do we appraise commitment if you want to look at it?
Okay, do you know that you cannot be good on the job without understanding some unsaid rules. And one of the unsaid rules, in my opinion, is strategic alignment. Let me give you an instance. A boss that feels you are loyal to him is most likely to ensure, even if you are good on the job, it's most likely to ensure that he pushes your career faster than the one that thinks that you are good on the job, but in a form of way you are not
can't be
aligned with
bothered.
him. He would not be bothered. He would not be bothered.
That's why I said
I think it's a measure of commitment, in my opinion.
When
I
you
don't-
get to a particular level in your career,
Yes.
right? So you are talking about like board level, executive level
Okay.
stuff.
Even
Where
from
you
even
have-
GM, MD, as MDL, manager.
So say you have a board, right?
Yes.
And you have the board is being, or people on the board are, in quotes, they have significant shareholding, right? So you have a board with an MD, executive directors, and other non-executive directors, probably who are representatives of shareholders, right? So you have someone who has, say, 51% of the company. Another
Yes.
person has 49. So 49 is trying to see how he can take over the company, right? So some executive directors are leaning towards one. Some executive directors are leaning towards the other. So is that commitment now, or is that
guy? Those two people have not done anything in that equation. The people that need to make decision are making decision based on their personal interest. When we talk about politics, I'm saying I know my boss likes me to get her food or pick a child in school, and I do all those things that are not on the book for me to do. That is when you're playing politics.
No.
So
that's
alliance with your boss or
strategic alliance. I didn't say alliance. Strategic. Let me give you an example of strategic alignment. Let me just give you an instance. I know that my job, somebody is coming and is trying to indict my boss. The person is, some people are obviously on your tail at the office, and they need me to concur to nail him to the cross. Strategic alignment is saying, oh, we went for that meeting together, and I took the minutes of that meeting, and my boss really did his best to win us the deal. However, the client is a price-sensitive one and decided to go with the competitor. I strategically aligned and I showed my boss.
Investigative panels will not ask you.
No, sometimes
to interpret your experience.
No,
like
let's say, but sometimes they need a testimonial from one person.
You've interpreted your experience. Okay, an organization wants the truth. This man has been put to be investigated, right?
Yes.
By somebody, whoever.
Mm-hmm. But you were the only one at the meeting with him.
Yes, good. When you show up at investigative panels,
yes,
I'm not going to let you interpret your experience. These are the allegations. This man did this.
They works for you. When you get
did you witness this?
Disciplinary committee.
Oh, I witnessed it, but it was a great. Did you witness this? Yes. Did he say this to this lady?
No, but if they're trying to know somebody, you would know.
Like, let's say sexual harassment, for example. Did he say she looks nice? Yes, but he was trying to compliment. That is not what we're asking. So when it gets to alliance or not, a well-run organization, a well-set-up organization doesn't run on feelings as much as.
But every organization is political, actually. Whether we accept it or not, every organization is.
No doubt. But you want to find a well-run organization, the standard for me to be promoted should be clear to me.
Okay.
No, sure.
You understand? It's clear to me. I know what
to.
Okay, let me give you a real life experience. One company I worked with in 2016, we knew that because we were forced. It wasn't in the contract. We were forced to attend the morning devotion every morning by the MD of the company. I'm not joking.
Church?
A big company, PLC.
PLC.
I'm not joking.
We don't pray in my church. We don't pray in my workplace.
I'm not joking. This is true. Now, everybody knew in the company that if you are not performing and you have anything to do with the MD, you had better show up at the morning devotion and be in front. So I remember, I'm not joking. I remember days where me and my colleagues would go to the morning devotion and we'd be at the back and we would look at the guys dancing in front like, oh boy, I see.
Politician.
We already know why he's dancing because we know.
No, but why do you know why he's dancing? What if he's
if he's in the spirit?
No, we knew the guy. Like we know these guys are not delivering.
You knew the players, yeah?
Yeah, you understand? They know they have to be there. Now, what is the merit? What is the standard for my promotion or what I'm going to get? Defined before.
I think you are more of an idealist, but however, we are not in an ideal world.
No, it's not. I've seen it in both worlds. Okay. I've worked in companies where, I just give an example now.
Yeah.
But I've also worked in companies where nobody really cares.
Okay.
If you, and this is how I've defined it. When you work with very, very smart people, like top 1%, 10% in what they do, they really don't care if you.
They're high flyers.
They don't care if you're not, if you're trying to.
Just do your job, be done and gone.
They don't nail you when you don't know it. They are ready to help. They also not playing politics because they don't feel that is the way to move forward. They are usually going very far. They are looking at where they're going, and they don't think trying to cut corners here is the best way to do.
So in this our debate,
in
this our debate table. Thank you, Tunde. In this our debate, you're anti-politics. That's what
I'm pro structured organization where politics will not naturally be needed. You should be emotionally intelligent. You should be smart at what you do. You should be nice to your colleagues.
Okay.
But trying to do things that are not on the book to get his favor, it shouldn't be the way to be.
Thank you so much. What do you think, Abiba? Are you for politics or anti-politics? Office politics?
Anything that brings the money.
Anything that brings in the money.
I agree.
Okay.
The money.
As long as you are not trying to destroy another person, because that's very important.
Anything that brings the money. See, I learned too because I got burnt, but I can be strong-headed at times.
All right.
I can't be bothered whether I let or I let. But you know, you learn from
your experience.
You learn from things.
Okay.
I can't change who I am.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I refuse to change who I am.
Not
that I can't.
Yeah.
I refuse to change who I am because I would not let one person define me. Okay. Do you understand? So, yeah, I've been played. I guess we've all been played. As long as you walk,
play or get played.
You get played. But I feel that I can only strive to become better by improving myself.
Okay.
Not playing the dirty
Not
politics.
playing the dirty. Improving myself and creating a niche for myself. Yeah. And if I feel that I am not comfortable with that situation, I choose to deviate and find my own path.
Somewhere else.
If I have to change my career, I will.
Yes.
If I have to resign and do my own thing, I will.
Because the office space is becoming toxic, you can play the kind of politics that
do you understand?
I understand.
I will. So you have to decide what you want to do. Do you want to play dirty? Okay. That when people are seeing you outside after you guys leave the job, because of course, if you don't leave the job will leave you.
Exactly.
When you see each other, say you're cursing each other, you're something. Do you understand?
I guess.
I wouldn't stoop that low. So
I understand. So thank you so much for your contribution. But Jide, what do you have to say? Are you pro don't play politics, or are you for play politics in a little way but be smart about it?
I think before I'll give my final.
Don't be political about this.
So I think I also need to address something Tunde said, right? Which is sort of like this suggestion that good politics and merits can't coexist, right? Because it is.
I'm even saying there is no good politics.
There are good politics. There are good politics. So, I'm going to do that in my closing. There are good politics.
So exactly. So I think good politics and merit can coexist.
Yes.
Right. So I think, in a nutshell, I think play what you think you want to play, right? But in the end, just make sure you're on the winning side, because if
you don't get played, play or get played.
Exactly. So if you're on the losing side, the repercussions could be really costly, right? But generally, I agree with Tunde, which is merit should drive every organization. But I think it gets to a point where something has to be added to merit, right? Because you are not the only qualified person to run the job, right?
Thank you so much for your time. My name is Bennysouza. But before we wrap up, I would like to say this. Whether we accept it or not, politics is being played in every organization, whether it's negative or it is positive. There are different ways by which people play politics. For example, backstabbing their colleagues, or gossiping about other people, or just withholding information that they know that will be better to help the job of another person. Another way that people play politics is to do some things around the office to cause discord amongst people. Another way that you can actually play good politics is strategic alignment, showing loyalty to your boss or the powers that be, or strategically aligning yourself into the circle of influence. That is also a way of playing good politics. Another way of playing good politics is to ensure that when people come to you to gossip in the office place, you do not give it so much attention, whether you stand on the fence or you don't involve yourself in any form of gossiping that involves backbiting or saying bad things about your other colleagues. Another way that you can avoid being a part of bad politics is to know your job, know it well, and ensure that the powers that be know the kind of job that you do. Else, another person will be taking the glory for the job that you do. So let's speak to you again next time. I'm your host, Bennysouza. You can add me on Instagram or Twitter or Facebook at Let's Talk with Bennysouza. And if you have intriguing stories you'd like to share, feel free to send me an email at letstalkwithbennysouza@gmail.com. Remember, play or you get played. Thank you and have an amazing day.